Hello, this is Rod Ovitt with another Take 5. A very special one today, one that talks to us about God's attentiveness to us. I don't know about you, but perhaps there are those times you feel alone, those times that you feel deserted, like your prayers don't go above the ceiling, that no one's listening, that we are somehow left alone. But that's not the case. Satan would have us believe that because he's a liar, because he works with fear. But God would tell us through his word constantly that he is attentive, that he listens, that he hearkens. And I want to encourage you with some verses today on today's Take 5. You're listening to Take 5. My name is Rod Ovitt, and we bring this daily, Monday through Saturday, on our Facebook page for Rod Ovitt or for Logos Institute of Biblical Studies. I trust you enjoy these. Pass them on. Publish them out on your Facebook page once in a while. Let other people know that they exist. It's a good way daily to keep in touch with the Word and encourage our hearts. In 1 John 5, verse 13, I write these things to you who believe in the name of the Son of God, so that you may know that you have eternal life. And the word he uses, know, there is oida, my favorite Greek word. Oida, to know that I know that I know. To know beyond measure. And John says, I'm writing all these things to you so you'll know that you have eternal life. And he says, this is the confidence. And he uses a great word. It's called parousia. Parousia, that's the word that the book of Hebrews uses when it says we can come to the throne of grace with parousia, with a confidence, free and fearless confidence, a cheerful courage, a boldness, an assurance. And he says, this is our confidence that we have in approaching God. What is it? Here it is. That if we ask anything according to his will, he hears us. Now it's interesting. The emphasis in this verse, in this passage, is the confidence that we have that God hearkens, that he listens. The first thing John says is when we ask, and he uses the word aiteo. Aiteo means to ask for something to be given. Now, there's two conditions here. The larger assurance is that our prayers are always heard. They're never unanswered. But there's two limitations. According to God's will does not mean that he should first ascertain his will and then pray, but that we should pray with the proviso, expressing that if it be your will. That's the model prayer. And the promise here is not that he grants it, but that he hearkens to us. God always answers in his own way. We read that in verse 15. We will always get an answer from God, but we need to put ourselves in the right position. Let me give you an example from Exodus. In Exodus 4:29, Moses and Aaron brought together all the elders of the Israelites, and Aaron told them everything the Lord had said to Moses. He also performed the signs before the people, and they believed. Now listen. And when they heard that the Lord was concerned about them and had seen their misery, they bowed down and worshipped. And it's an interesting thing when he says, and the Lord was concerned. It has different words there in different translations, but it's all from the Hebrew word pakad. And pakad means to visit, to be preoccupied with. And it's saying that when they realized that God had visited their sorrow, when God had visited their plight, when God had visited their mind, their thoughts, then they bowed down and worshipped. And that's the key here. The key is that God visits us. He knows us by name. He knows you. He knows what you're going through. So it's not the answer that you might think you need that is of utmost importance here. It's the fact that God visits you. He will not let you down. So let's ask him for his will. Let's ask him to do what he thinks is best. We keep that attitude. We have that continuous prayer-like attitude in our lives, and we certainly will today and every day. Have a blessed day.